Hello and welcome to Cloud Monday. Today's game is a PS3 launch title. It's Genji Days of the Blade. This game is being streamed to me, to my PlayStation 4, via the PlayStation Network. So, let's start. You can see this is the PS3 operating system. It has a cool intro cinematic, and I'll explain why I know that after you can sit and watch this intro cinematic. It's a good intro, isn't it? It looks really nice. And there were no artifacts from streaming it. There are artifacts from the game itself. This being a launch PS3 game, it's basically 720p. And at times, even that intro looked a little bit like HD PS2. So it's going to look soft, it's not going to be as detailed or as smooth perhaps. So for me, it being streamed to me, especially that last bit with all the leaves and the water, it streamed fine. Well, that's today. I'm going to hit new game. So I haven't played this beyond that intro. So I don't really know what's going to happen.
The battle for dominance between the Genji and Heishin drew to a close, and employing the divine powers of Yamahaka for their evil purposes, the Heishi finally prevailed. The people of the land suffered cruelly under the Heishi's tyrannical rule, until two brave warriors heard their cries and joined the fight. With pure hearts, Minamoto no Yoshitsune and Musashiba Benkei used the Yamahagane. They overcame countless trials, fought on in the face of great adversity, and defeated Heishi leader Taira no Kiyomono, recovering the Yamahagane from him. No longer possessing the Amahagane, the remaining Heishi forces were driven back to Fukuhara by Lord Yoshitsune's brother, Lord Minamoto no Yoritomo. For 3 years, the land has enjoyed a fragile state of peace. Yet, the eradication of the remaining Heishi resistance has not proved as straightforward as expected. A shadowy power appears to be at play.
Halt! Only authorized people may enter.
Let us go.
So, you are Yoshitsune.
Yes. Brother, you must forgive me. After accepting your invitation, I went into battle alone. And I left the capital without permission. I beg your forgiveness, and hope that I can find a way.
You seek my pardon. Thanks to you, the world is now rid of Kiyomori. I owe you my gratitude. All that remains is to eliminate the last rebels at Fukuhara.
Yes, and brother, there's a rumor that demons have joined the Heishi army. But I can't believe it's true. It can't be. Not after they lost the Amahagane.
So, you've heard the rumor too. I don't know what they are planning, but it seems the Heishi are attempting to regroup. We must put a swift end to them once and for all.
Brother, if it pleases you, I wish to join you in this campaign.
Ah, so you would lend us your hand. A most welcome request. I'd feared I might never have the chance to fight by your side. Agreed then. Together we shall avenge our father's death.
Together.
Huh? What's happening?
My lord, a group of Heishi warriors have infiltrated the palace.
Heishi in the palace? Quickly, gather the troops. We head for the palace at once.
Yes, my lord.
Yoshitsune, you go on ahead. We'll be there as soon as our troops are ready.
I'll leave at once. No. Damn Heishi!
Alright, so again, that video we watched, I couldn't see anything wrong with it being streamed. It looked like there was some banding in the colours, especially in the night sky. So instead of various shades of black all blended into each other, kind of like a band of it, then the next band, then the next band, then the next band. That could probably be just the game itself. I don't think that's streaming. Yeah, I don't have camera control. So that's what that jump was, me trying to move the camera, because the fire looks impressive. But I played a lot of the PS2, so those cinematics just look like HD cinematics. Final Fantasy 10, 10-2 had, even 12 had great cinematics. videos basically that like that. Not surprised that there's no tutorial yet. This is a sequel, so it's possible that they are expecting you to know what to do, or that they are relying more on that than having a tutorial. It is an old game now, so
What happened here?
was it 2006? Yeah, 18 years old.
It all happened so quickly.
So it is the Heishi. What do they want here?
They must be after Sishin Temple.
So in this bit here, you can see it doesn't look graphically that good.
You can make it.
No real textures, no real fine detail, but everything's nice and clear still. And with all this smoke, we're not getting any issues of it being streamed to us. If you think like YouTube, smoke, dust, particles, sand, YouTube does struggle with that sometimes. But here, we don't have that problem. Okay, so square, circle, triangle, square, 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 X. Okay, no delay at all in the controls there. And when the enemies disappeared, we did get some real tiny particles, and they were clear as well. Where is this chest? There it is. Oh, now we got a button prompt. Circle. Oh, that is a weird effect in the background. You see that? Okay, it is instant, yeah. Well, it instantly also has a distinct fighting style. So X is jump. What does this do? Start. Oh no. Now it's saying circle. Ah, manual saves. I know it's a game of the era. It's one of the problems we're going to have with these really old games. That not a lot of them have save anywhere basically. So as an online game, when you only have 20 seconds to save before you're kicked off, manual saves are a very frustrating thing. And so is this lack of camera control. Looked like there might have been some tearing, but I'm pretty sure that was the game, not the streaming service. So I haven't played any of the other Genji games. When this came out at the launch of the PS3, I myself got the Formula 1 game because as I had a PSP, I was looking forward to the promise of hooking that up to my PSP and using my PSP as a rear view mirror. Of course, the game came out and ultimately never happened. I'm still a little frustrated by that. I don't like this weapon switching back to swords, much more fluid action. And the other game I got at launch was Resistance. That was more for my roommates at university. We kind of decided on a multiplayer shooter. I think it was multiplayer, I don't quite remember now. A long time since I played Resistance full on man. I know the second one was had online multiplayer because I was in the beta for that game. So the combat is fairly fluid. I'm not noticing any issues with the controls. Bit button spammy, if I'm honest. Oh, I'm not expecting there to be any trophies in this game. Whilst trophies were kind of in beta around the launch of the PS3, the early PS3 games very rarely supported them. The games had to be patched when trophies came eventually to PS3.
Get back!
Camry. Okay. QTE events. Okay. And we got a choice. Square or circle. Square that time and square again. I like that there is a choice. It kind of gives us options and makes this bit more cinematic. Unfortunately for this game, it's kind of... it has a bit of baggage, let's put it that way. When it was revealed, I'm pretty sure E3, or at least demoed, it's the giant enemy crab meme. And it's, you know, I don't have the best memory, but it is unfortunate for this game that the one thing I remember about this game is giant enemy crabs. Now I used this because I was hoping, whoops I missed, that we'd be able to get the archers as well. I think we can. Yeah, unfortunately for this game, it never escaped the meme and the initial launch, so whilst it was fairly middling, there wasn't exactly anything particularly wrong with it. I imagine it might be a little short, this game. You can see, even this sequence, it does feel somewhat PS2 era. Can I go on the roof? Yeah, I can. Because graphically, this isn't too much more than some of the later PS2 games. I think God of War 2 was on the PS2 and that looked fantastic. It'd be interesting to see if we get any motion control stuff. Because you have to remember the PS3 had the... it wasn't DualShock. It was more motion controls and no analog stick. I don't remember this game having it.
You fools. We'll have no interruptions. Hold them off as long as you can.
So these guards here, they very much remind me of like Final Fantasy X. And 10 wasn't late in the PS2's life cycle, you know, 12 was. It's just the colours and the style of uniform, while somewhat accurate to Japan, actually it's probably accurate to Japan, it just kind of reminds me of the monks in 10. Ooh. I kind of feel like I'm lucking into this a little bit. This is a game that definitely could have a remake and a remaster. You can make it a lot more bloody, a lot more detailed. You could bring all the previous games into one big package, tell a big story. But they haven't done anything with it. I don't remember there being another sequel to this game. It's perhaps possible there was one on PSP. But like I said, come launch, I never really gave this guy a try. So we're probably at one gate and there are probably 3 other gates, so here come the other characters in the story.
Try this!
So, now, if you've survived this long, it's time to be honest. This is not the first time I've tried to play this game. There was no... Which attack button? There are like 3 of them. Oh, we'll just do that, I suppose. Yeah, so there was no video last week because I just could not get this to work. My internet was having trouble, PlayStation was having trouble. This game crashed on me. On the Japan Studio logo, it completely crashed.
How dare you!
Oh, sorry about that. You were standing there so still, I just assumed that you were a statue.
Do I look like a dumb statue? Come down here right now!
I have a better idea. How about this? Why don't you come up here?
Huh?
And I spent over 2 hours trying to get a game, any game to play. Specifically this one, because this is what I wanted to play. Because I just haven't played this. I really want to play it. Now this guy really does play differently from the other guy we played with. So yeah, I thought about editing the video together, but ultimately it was just such a pain. That's square, by the way. The audio, the video, it just... I couldn't be bothered, if I'm honest. It required so much work. So that's why there was no video last week, because... Yeah. Oh, I see. You're probably meant to kick that up to the gate, walk on it. See, even our dodge is different. Wow, that kick is so difficult to judge the distance on that. There's no lock on either. Well, I say that, I haven't tried the sticks yet. Nope, nothing there. So this guy's just getting smacked about. This is so difficult. Ah, picked up a herb. Like even the map on the top right is so small. It is very much a PlayStation era map. PS2 era, I mean. God, these enemies don't stop, do they? And yeah, a save point for my health. Ooh. It's going to pick up. It's a bit of a contrived way to gatekeep us. Are we meant to do anything with this? Then what was the point in having this? Was it just to be a tutorial item? What a waste. His run animation's weird. But so far, not had any streaming issues, not noticed anything. Controls are fine. He controls differently, that's for sure. But that's because he is a much different character. Different size, different weapons, so I'm expecting that.
The Heishi intruders are heading for Shishin Temple. Come.
So far, 2 save points in about 25 minutes. It's not great. Ooh, switching players is interesting. What will be interesting is if you can combo them. Okay, so the action freezes a little bit. It gives us a chance to move perhaps out of danger. All comrades, okay. So far, this is played pretty much as a fairly average one of these games, hack and slashes. It's fine. Pretty sure we don't want to go that way. Again, I have no camera control, it's doing it itself. Ooh, that ragdoll was terrible. Yeah, let's deal with this. So I'm trying to switch character here, but it's not really working. Okay, so it's not kind of Devil May Cry where you get lots of combos and stuff. Or Marvel vs. Capcom where you can combo with your other players, bring them in. It's very much, you bring one guy in, does his thing, press a button, wait, press a button, wait, and yeah. Again, it's a launch title. You can forgive perhaps the lack of vision when they have such a strict time constraint on a platform that's so new. Now, if you know my videos, you know I hate text on the screen, especially when there's no video to go with it. At least we have a picture, but press the jump button. Why not just put it on the screen as well? Press the jump button, comma, X, comma, again, to kick off the wall. Like that. Now I have to do it off this thing. because of the camera angle, I missed the edge. Oh, am I stuck here now? There we go. At least you can do some cool looking moves in this game. A little bit slow down there. Again, I don't think that's streaming. I'm pretty sure that's just the game. Whoa. It's just lacking a little bit of fluidity. So if I do lots of squares, then that works quite well. The square to then triangle doesn't quite flow as well as you would hope. Does he have a separate health bar? No, okay, you have one joint health bar. I think I just spotted the first bit of breakup from streaming. It was ever so slight. Like that effect there looked a little bit off as well. Ah, one button. We're doing so well up to that point. Like, what was that view down the down the other alleyway for? So that is select. And start. Can we save? Is there a save option? Ah, there isn't. Ah, collectibles. Lovely. We haven't picked up another one. It did not look like a place we should be able to go. But then it said Royal Hall exterior. Very unexpected. The loading times aren't too bad, are they? Even at the launch, that was something that was brought up against the PS3, was some of the load times, because the Blu-ray drive on PS3 was fairly slow. 1 or 2 times speed, I think, is what it was. And a lot of these launch titles, especially the first few years, it didn't have an install, or it was optional. So you often did play the game straight from the disc. It's like the first big game I can think of that used an install was probably Metal Gear Solid 4. I don't remember how big that install was. 12, 10, 20 gigs, something like that. Get up, get up, get up. There's a little bit of lag from pressing this special button to then it activating. So if you do it amongst the crowd, you gotta hope they're not hitting you. Got more? No lock-on sucks. So where's this thing? Is it that one we spotted earlier? Oh, we do have separate health. Huh. It must have been a case that our healths were pretty much the same. Nothing outside, I was right, we gotta go back. Enemy's gonna respawn? Don't think so.
You really should learn when to give in. Still, if you're that keen for a fight, I should be able to arrange one.
So that video looks like it's in-game cinematic, so that's why it looks a little bit rougher than some of the other ones. Like this looks like an actual cinematic. Huh. Reminds me of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. with the transformation after they take the fish oil tablets to unlock their oh, let's see what his is like. We've got a counter on the left now. This is time based. This is really tough to keep track of this. No, I missed it. Damn, you missed it once and that's it. You'd think before a boss battle like this there would be some sort of save area. Where's that thing flying around? Pointing the wrong way. What's that red thing on me? You see, that was on my side. Oh, we're probably picking up those fragments. Ooh, get to level up weapons. Interesting. So there's a certain amount of depth for this game. That's what that 22 on the left is. So we've still got two other characters basically. Right on the D-pad and down on the D-pad. cute new character. This could be a very interesting type of character to use. I'm a bit more of a ranged attacker myself. Yeah, so you press circle and you go to them. It didn't work there. But then if you hold circle, they're meant to come to you. And you can see she's down on the D-pad button. Her health does look the least. But again, another character that plays differently, feels differently. She does feel quite nimble, but you can see from the health, it does look quite, perhaps a bit of a stereotype, but quite weak. What are they doing? There we go. There's no finishing move? You think you'd bring them close to finish? I don't know what these do, but I'm picking them up. What's in here? Is it that save symbol? Okay, it's not a save. I was wondering if that symbol meant there was a save zone there. Who's left? What? I can't jump over that. Out of the way. So she also now has 2 weapons. I feels like it plays the same.
Ah, I love the capital. Even in a place like this, beautiful maidens abound. So different from Fukuhara.
Who are you?
I say, that hair, such a rarity. You must be a Tamayori priestess. Yes, you're Shizuka, aren't you?
How do you know my name?
Your Holiness. You once visited Rukuhara Palace, I believe. I never forget a name.
The eyeballs are just slightly off.
Well, you certainly are forward.
Don't touch me!
Don't be me. You're the one who ran to my arms.
No, Ritsune. Forgotten what you're here for? The Shishin Temple is just ahead.
I realize that. Please, go on ahead, my importunate lady. 1,000 apologies. Your Holiness, I'm sure we'll meet again.
You can probably tell that the flames They look nice.
He's a Heishi Genji.
But it's just a repeat. It's like a GIF. Maybe a 2-second thing that's being repeated. Still waiting for another save point. You didn't have that thing, do we? Oh, save. Yeah, you bet we're gonna save. And I'm actually gonna pause the video there, because if it's nearly every 20 minutes, then I think we're gonna have to end the video there. So, Genji Day of the Blades. It plays quite well actually. Every character is different moves, different playstyles, different feel on the controller, so that's nice. Menu screens like this, nice. The cinematics are nice. The graphics though, it very much looks like HD PS2, but it is a launch title, so can cut it some slack. The streaming experience was great, but as a streaming game, with saves being so infrequent, kind of so-so. So next, what we do, we check the speed of the internet. So, I will see you at the PS4's internet speed test. Okay, in settings, if you go down to network, you can see, third one, test internet connection. So my PS4 is wired to the Ethernet. So let's see how we're doing today. Yeah, there we go, much better experience. So the day I tried to do this last week, we had a download speed of about 16 megabytes and an upload speed of about kilobytes per second. That's how rough it was, and I saw the intro cinematic a few times when it didn't crash, and it never got to the game because during the cinematic the warning would come up about stability and then would stop. So yeah, I'm actually having a little bit of fun here. Like I said before, I grew up playing PS1, PS2 games, so it feels a bit retro to me, but also a bit nostalgic. So yeah, I might keep going. I might even play this in my own time. But of course the problem is the game saves every 20 minutes or so. It's kind of like the Scarlet Nexus problem. It may look good, it may play great, but it's a shame we can't download this. As a streaming game, its limitation is its save system. I have seen... So, at the moment, I recommend it because it's a PS3 game that would be difficult to find nowadays. I would recommend it because it's a bit of history. But you have to go in understanding that the saves it just doesn't save frequently, and it's gonna suck that you're gonna have to do the same thing again and again and again if your internet's bad. So for me, even though technically this is the second day I've tried to play this game, I will do one more video to get a better average. I just remember I did try this before. It crashed, it failed to load, and then it kicked me off, and that was like a 2-hour experience. So a lot of my videos on PlayStation Plus or streaming from PlayStation Plus may go well, but this game has been a tale of good and bad so far. So until the next Cloud Monday video, or until I see you checking out some of the other videos, playlists or YouTube shorts, or maybe I'll see you over to Ko-fi. As a small YouTube channel, we get no money from YouTube, but with Ko-fi we can get PayPal donations, and we have a couple of subscription tiers as well. But until the next time I see you again, take care.